There are so many massive mods that have just been announced, and one that is almost complete, and another that's complete. So let's talk about all of these because you do not want to miss this mod news. We're starting with the primordial tyrants Megalania. And you may be wondering, the Megalania is already in Path of Titans. Why are we getting a rework of it or a different mod? Well, Primordial Tyrants just felt like making a Megalania rework, and this was announced recently. And if you felt the Megalania in Path of Titans was hard done by, well, now you have something that will definitely tickle your fancy. The model is gorgeous. We saw a lot of variation in the screenshots that were showcased, the teasers of the Megalania model. It's a lot flatter of a build and a lot more slender than the usual Megalania, but it's also smaller. It's going more for that Komodo dragon style than the big chunky Megalania that we have as the official creature. In fact, we get to see a comparison of the model compared to the base game or official Megalania, and you know what? The original one is huge compared to this one, but the model quality in comparison from the mod to the official is night and day. And this is the first time I'm saying this. If you look at the official model and compare it to the Megalania that's this mod, you'd think the official model is the mod. Lengthwise, however, let's look at the model. Lengthwise, the PT Megalania is smaller. This is also the same in terms of width as well. It's a lot smaller in its width. The head is also smaller, but a lot thinner. This is way less bulky and a lot flatter than the current Megalania in the game. And of course, the detailing, it's gorgeous. It's so much better than the official Megalania, but we do have a sneak peek of one of the attacks as well. And that is a tail whip. The Megalania mod is going to be getting a tail whip, which I'm not sure if the Megalania now, the official one, still has its tail whip. I think it might, but if it doesn't, then obviously that's a difference here. To add to this, Kelskora, who's one of the creators of the mod, did answer a question which was asked, and that was if there was any other mods that are coming that aren't on the official roster for PT, as this wasn't before. They said this: anything that's added that isn't on the list would likely be PT variants of vanilla dinosaurs, which isn't much of a focus in our mods. Megalania was a recent development. I'm unsure at this time what else I might end up redoing that isn't already on the list, like Rex, Spino, Allo, and Cerato. Speaking of Primordial Tyrants mods, because we're staying true with it here, we have the next one. The closest completion mod for Primordial Tyrants is Apatosaurus, sitting at 44 out of the 52 tasks on their Trello board. It's making good progress, and we have quite a bit to show of that. If you checked out my recent video which talked about the Apatosaurus mod in a bit more depth, which was a while ago, we talked about quite a bit there. But we do get 3 gorgeous skins, and we also have all of these tasks that were completed on the Trello board since that video. So there's the list, but now let's have a look at the skins. I don't know the names of them, just going to describe them. We have a green skin with an orange underbelly, a more sandy skin which has browns, yellows and beiges, and my favourite skin which looks like something familiar but mixes blues and oranges. So Apatosaurus is closer than ever to a release state, and I am excited to have another giant sauropod in the game, and I'm sure many of you are very excited as well. Introducing the World of the Dead, a brand new team coming to Path of Titans modding scene, and they plan to kick this off with a bang. This is the IRRITATOR, and I know I've likely mispronounced that name, but this will be their first mod that they're introducing. We've already got a teaser and a full model showcased as well. This was showcased in a YouTube video, which I recommend you check out. I recommend you go subscribe to their channel, but we've got a flurry of sneak peeks in it. Firstly, hats off to the modeler who has made this, because it looks gorgeous and I'm a massive fan of it. However, it looks as if, out of the Suchomimus and Spinosaurus that are already in the game, IRRITATOR will pivot more towards being a fisher than a fighter. Hinted to it in the video, with the developer showcasing the lateral expansion of its lower jaw like that of a pelican, which the creators went on to say would aid the dinosaur in fishing. We also get to hear one of the calls of the dinosaur, and at the very end, see the sitting animation as well. I'm extremely excited for this. The jaw flexing is awesome, and this is something we actually haven't seen on a dinosaur yet. So yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I'm very excited to see what this mod team could cook up in the future as well. Very big fan. NOTHRONYCHUS is a large therizinosaur from North America, and it's making its way to Path of Titans. This is being worked on by Bluesuko, who has teased a flurry of mods recently, and this is one of them. At the moment, we have what I'm assuming is the aggro call, which sees its feathers flare up and arms flex, but we also get the running animation for it as well. But this isn't the only mod that Bluesuko is working on, however, because Shantungosaurus is making a return to Path of Titans. And you may remember, if you are a veteran of the game, that long ago there was a Shantungosaurus mod which was released by the Divine Beast mod team, and this was the first Divine Beast mod that ever made it to the game. And this kind of reminds me of that, but it's like a modern day version of it in a sense, you know, a whole updated model. It looks great, it looks gorgeous. With the images that were showcased, we get to see it next to the NOTHRONYCHUS, and we also get to see the model in detail, which looks really pretty, and the size of it both stood on all fours and stood on its rear legs as well. And this thing is absolutely huge. I cannot wait for this. Another big hadrosaur is always a welcome addition to the game, and it does look huge. On its rear legs, on its all fours, I mean, I cannot wait for this thing. Likely one of the next mods for Argilla is their ALLOSAURUS, and this has quite a bit showcased for it so far, mainly the species, because there are roughly going to be 13 new species with this mod. However, we've only seen 7 of them, and those are the 7, technically 8, that I'm going to be talking about today. They also made some progress with 36 out of the 45 tasks completed, meaning less than 10 are remaining. So, what are the species? I'm going to showcase them all to you, and let me know in the comments which one you like the most. So, you've got Fragilis, you've got Europaeus, you've got Jimadensi, Maximus, Amplexicus, Retro/Blunt, and a Cryolophosaurus version as well. We don't get to see all of the species, but do be rest assured, because there's one that I'm pretty sure you guys will be wondering if it's still in development. And yes, the broken jaw species still exists and is still coming to the mod as well. But that means we technically have 5 more unannounced species for the mod, which is a massive amount. That's more than any normal mod has for species anyways, and this thing is getting 5 that aren't even announced to us just yet. So that's going to be very exciting to see all of the variations on this mod. It's going to be a handful pretty much. There's going to be so much on offer cosmetic wise, and that's really exciting. I think this is made by Erebus, but either way, they've done a fantastic job. To wrap things up, the Dracoviper seems to be the next mod for the Argilla team, and perhaps could be the next mod completely to come out. This is a complete overhaul and refresh of the previous Dracoviper mod, getting smaller, model updated, and a new niche playstyle. But what is the news? Well, firstly, the Trello is complete. As of the 3rd of July, the dragon is fully complete. Every single task is ticked off, and that is so exciting. This means now it's basically a waiting game, because we're waiting on testing and then it being pushed out by the Path of Titans team themselves by approving it. So it's got testing, and then it's got the approval process once again. However, we did also get a teaser of the creature as well, which I recommend you check out in the creators Discord, the Argilla Discord. They share a lot of their mod news there, so definitely check it out. But either way, you get to see the flying animations, including fast flying, gliding, and landing. Then you get to see some emotes from Shakes and Calls. The Calls I'm not going to show here, there's music over it, so I'd recommend you check out the Argilla Discord teaser itself. And then the biggest thing in my eyes, the final thing, is that this seems to now be a fisher, showcasing swimming animations and eating fish, completely different to what it was before. And that's really exciting, because I'm really excited for the fishing version of this mod, and it's going to be pretty cool. But all in all, that is all the mods for this week's Path of Titans news. Of course, let me know in the comments which one you are most excited for. I'd love to know what you think. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.